Profit is not a dirty word, motherfucker. Today, we're going to define it, and we're going to make the case for why you need to get profit starting day one in your business. Let's go. All right, my friends, profit. What is it? To simplify to me, profit, net profit. There's gross profit, net profit. Gross profit is I got a job that I sold for 10 grand, cost me 5,000 to produce it, paid my guys, paid my vendors, I got 5 grand left. That's what I pay the other bills in the business with. That's gross profit. Net profit is after I pay all those other bills in the business, what's left at the bottom. That's net profit. To me, that profit is the financial pat on the back for you taking the risk and to have the guts to run a business. Now, this net profit should not be your salary. Your salary should be paid before there's a net profit. Otherwise, what the hell are you working for? Your salary should not be whatever left over. Okay, whatever's left over is technically the net profit. So I want you to think about this on an annual example. If you have a $500,000 a year business and it costs you $275,000 a year to produce the work that you sold at 500 grand, there's a difference of $225,000. That $225,000 is your gross profit. If your annual overhead, say you pay yourself 100 grand, you got another 100 grand in other overhead and truck payments and marketing, okay? So you got 200 grand, you got the $225,000 of gross profit minus the 200 of your overhead, you got $25,000 left. That's your net profit. And what you do with that money is you are able to reinvest it into the business and do some other cool stuff that we're going to talk about here in a minute. Don't confuse profit with your pay. Don't confuse it. So I want to get into why profit is crucial. And when you start your business, don't believe the bullshit that you can't be profitable from day one. As we've talked about in other videos here about starting your own business, making money is a damn choice. You need to choose to make a profit. And don't ever go do a job that's not going to give you a profit, because things are going to go wrong. There's going to be a warranty issue. There's going to be a pain in the ass client. There's going to be a guy that gets hurt on the job. All these other things that happen, some out of our control, some within our control. Nonetheless, if you don't have profit, you're going to have a hard time staying afloat. So here's a few reasons that I just want to fly through for you, give you some perspective why it's important to have profit right away in your business. First, it's essential to survive. I don't know about you, but I would rather not just float at break even my whole life and run a business and then have nothing to show for it at the end of it. You're working hard, you're taking risks, you're doing all these things to build your business, and you're doing it because you're trying to build a better future for yourself and for your family, for your employees. You need it to survive, but also we want to have something bigger than that to show for. Okay? When you're profitable, it will allow you to fund growth of the business. So many guys are like, I want to scale my business. Well, you can't scale your business if you don't have money to reinvest back into the business. When you have profit, you actually have the ability to borrow money. Sometimes it makes sense to borrow from a bank, get a line of credit, and do some of those things. And when a banker or when these lenders, they look at your P&Ls and your financials and they see a profit, consistent, healthy profit, to them, that's like equal sign they have the ability to pay the loan back. Okay, so that's huge. Profit also, or lack of profit, exposes leadership in the business. If you're not profitable, what does that say about the leadership of a company? If you are profitable, it says, wow, these guys got their act together. Next, guys, profit builds cash. Cash is king. When you have money in the bank, so I want you to think right now, whatever your monthly expenses are for the business, the overhead and salary and all that stuff for you to basically keep the lights on, aside from the guys in the field. I'm just talking keeping the lights on. Say it's 20 grand a month. How cool would it be if you had enough cash knowing that you didn't have to sell another job for 4 to 6 months and still be able to meet all those demands of the money? Okay? It builds your cash. Profit also allows you to hire better people. So many of you are struggling to hire great people because you're like, I can't afford them. And the reason you can't afford them, you don't have any fucking money. You're not profitable. You're running at break even or a little below barely scraping by because you've been, quite frankly, either ignorant to the money or too chicken shit to charge what you're worth. And the result here is that you don't have any money to hire kick-ass people that will lighten the load on you and get you out of having to do everything in the business. Man, there's so many other reasons here, guys. I'm just sitting here, look, I brainstormed this stuff. When you're profitable, it allows you to give. So many of you have good hearts and you want to help people. You want to fund adoptions. You want to build tiny houses for homeless veterans. You want to give to St. Jude's, whatever these things are that are important to you. When you're profitable, you're able to do those things. When you're not, you can't. It's just that simple. The math doesn't lie. Profit allows you to pay back debt or stay out of debt. That's big. We've kind of covered that. And then finally, guys, profit is more attractive to a buyer if you ever want to sell your business because it has an increased value. Your business is worth more when it's profitable. Okay? There are many businesses where whatever that bottom line profit is, you can get 3, 4, 5, 8 times the value of that when you go to sell your business. So please commit to being profitable. Even if you don't want to sell your business, think about all those other benefits of what that would mean for the reduced stress in your life, and how proud you'd feel for what you're building because from day one you were committed to being profitable. And that's exactly why so many guys don't succeed in business in those first few years, is they're not committed to making a profit. So listen, I challenge you guys to know your numbers. I challenge you guys to price it for profit, be bold in the sales process, lead your people, pre-plan your jobs, do all the things that are going to help you. If you sell it at a profit, you got to produce it at a profit. Do your part as a leader, okay? Don't do work that doesn't make you a profit. We preach all the time here in the Contractor Fight, get at least a 50% gross profit. So that means whatever you sold it for, you should have at least half that money left to pay for the other shit in the business. That's the best starting point to get you out of the financial gutter. And if you're starting your business right now, and if you did this from day one, committed to a 50% gross profit, you will be frickin' killing it in the years to come. Go to thecontractorfight.com/5050, Fitty, not fitty, just fitty, okay? Contractorfight.com/50. We got a tool there for you to just price your jobs out. So next estimate that you have an opportunity to bid on, you plug some things in here, hit a button or hit a calculator, however you do it, and it will tell you what you need to charge in order to hit that 50% profit. You guys rock. I got to roll. We'll see you next time on the Contractor Fight.